To you, the American Adventure, co-hosted by Benjamin Franklin and Mark Twain.
America did not exist. 4 centuries of work, bloodshed, loneliness, and fear created this land. We built America, and the process made us Americans. A new breed, rooted in all races, stained and tinted with all colors. A seeming ethnic anarchy. Then, in a little time, we became more alike than we were different. A new society. Not great, but fitted by our very thoughts for greatness. Excuse me, Mr. Twain.
What's that?
Perhaps you recognize those inspiring words from one of America's great writers.
No, Dr. Franklin, I don't recall writing anything like that.
Oh my, of course not. They're from the pen of John Steinbeck, back in the 20th century. Why, it seems he has nearly the same spirit as the founding fathers themselves.
Well, listen to the proud younger statesman.
Mr. Twain, pride is one of our national passions. Even those who overcome it are proud of their humility.
Easy now. I was born honest. Fortunately,
We'll talk.
more often. Dr. Franklin is our genuine American antique. I suppose our story
I gave it to you.
begins.
I gave it to you.
Actually, it started long before even my time. It started when dreams and visions of a new world were shrouded in the myths and legends of an old world.
Do you mind doing the fireworks for me,
Through
please?
those early mists of uncertainty sailed the first great adventurers. This tiny ship is the Mayflower, carrying pilgrims in search of their dream of religious freedom. So, if you'll pardon an old man's pride, for me, this is the beginning of the American adventure.
There's a land across this ocean I'm waiting to see. A land for these people who dream to be free. So stand by the mainsail, the fierce storms will race. Aloft with the mates, our King Neptune will face. You think that these land lovers never would last. This cargo of pilgrims 12 feet for the mast. It's land ho, parties at last we've arrived, and praise be to God, nearly all have survived. But a look for this wilderness brings me to dread that the first bitter winter may leave all dead. They call themselves pilgrims, these poor wretched souls, with a dream to be free in the new world they're going.
Yes, far from welcoming the early settlers, this land severely challenged them. It was a struggle for survival that gained but a tiny toehold in a vast, untamed wilderness. In the decades that followed, a new challenge began to emerge. We were growing more and more apart from the mother country. Passion began to govern, and she never governs wisely.
The British think it's fools we be. If they tax our trade, then our land will be next, and soon all else we possess. Hear me now. You ask with thanks against the French and the Indians. Should you want help, pay for it?
Parliament's colonial policy is both arbitrary and unjust.
That's nonsense. The same tea that cost you 3 shillings a pound costs us 6.
First, we spoke out with our voices. Then, we spoke out with action. The broken defiance that led to the Boston Defiance.
Hear ye! Hear ye! By royal proclamation, His Majesty King George III hereby
time had come to speak with one voice in a declaration of independence. Good evening, Mr. Jefferson. Have you finished the new draft yet?
Those are new drafts all over the floor, Dr. Franklin.
Is there a light?
It seems one stroke of this pen brings 2 changes from Congress. I told you John Adams should have written this.
Oh, by his own admission, you can write circles around him.
Mr. Adams has not been prisoner in this loft for 17 days. I shall
I love this part right here.
tomorrow.
You must continue now. Thomas, it is difficult to make 13 clocks chime at the same time, but we must carefully justify this separation.
Dr. Franklin, while you slept soundly through the meeting this afternoon, we did manage to justify the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights,
I shall spend another night on it.
But at least you got shoes, mate. There's not a dozen left what can say that.
Don't tell me, friend. Tell the good general then. Tell him that half his camp has got typhus, smallpox, or dysentery.
And there be not a ration amongst us. Now we can forage for hickory nuts.
Aye, while the English overindulge in our Philadelphia's fine food and drink.
Tis a strange war we share, George Washington. Congress is warmly in York.
And the British party in Philadelphia.
We freeze or starve to death here in Valley Forge.
The names of Valley Forge, my boys, forever we must hail. We fight the cold with legs on our feet as the lobster bats regale. The time will come and they'll be on the run and their ships will homeward sail. Oh, it's a great delight to march and fight along the victory trail. It's a great delight to march and fight along the victory trail.
In the end, we the people prevail and achieve perhaps our greatest dream. 13 very different colonies became the United States of America, and we were free to become an entire nation of dreamers and doers.
westward bound, Dr. Franklin, to new frontiers.
To the age of Samuel Langhorne Clemens.
Well, I like to think Mark Twain was part of all that. Yes, sir, Dr. Franklin. You founding fathers gave us a pretty good start, don't you know? We still had some things to learn the hard way. Seems a whole bunch of folks found out we the people didn't yet mean all the people. Folks like Frederick Douglass.
Even amidst the cricket song here along Mark Twain's beloved Mississippi, I hear the noise of chains and the crack of the whip. Yet there is hope. Hope born from the words of Harriet Beecher Stowe. Uncle Tom's Cabin has given our nation a key, which can unlock the slave prison to millions. Anti-slavery is no longer a thing to be prevented. It is grown too abundant to be snuffed out like